Hello, mic check. So welcome to another balcony unboxing. So I believe since we're at the balcony, there's gonna be a lot of ambient noises. I don't have a proper mic. I'm only using my Bluetooth headset. But what we're gonna do is, because you've seen two unboxings right now on this balcony. One was of the 8-bit Blue Arcade stick. The other one is the Pauki, the A13. Today we're gonna unbox this beast right here, okay? This giant. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna lower the camera like this. Okay, so you can see the view very well. So you can see my my boxer shorts and my abs, my ab. But yeah, basically this thing, and what this is so that in the future balcony unboxing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing it on a table. So this is basically a coffee table that my fiance and I got during the Lazada 6.6 sale. So it's like 2.5 on sale for 2.5. I can't remember the original price, but yeah, because we look at like SM North, which is at my background is just we're basically a condo behind the SM North. The coffee tables are very expensive. Like there's this wooden one with a chip, and it's cost like 8,000, which is insane with a with a double chair. So we bought this instead. So this thing comes with a table, the chair, and it has to be like small enough because you can see our balcony is not that huge. So what we can do is after this coffee table, if my fiance or I prefer it, to be working on the outside, we can set it up here. And then yeah, so we're gonna unbox this. I don't know, it comes disassembled, so I have a few stuffs right here, scissors, some Phillips screwdrivers and flatheads. I'm not sure if those are the things that we're going to need, but yeah, let's begin. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna cut open the bubble wrap. Okay, the first thing that we always do when you have these packages, they usually come with a bubble wrap. It does have, yeah, even though it has a bubble wrap, it did have a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a, there's like a damage on the side. There's a hole, but hopefully it did not scratch anything. Yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to take the video. I'm not actually sure how long this will last, and it looks like it's about to rain as well, so hopefully the rain doesn't catch us. So yeah, the stand is, I believe, is metal, but the top is made of wood, unfortunately. So I think if it's going to rain, we have to put the coffee table inside. But like I said, it's gonna be straightforward because the coffee table itself is how do you say this, is very tiny, very light, so it shouldn't be a problem. I should be able to do that. There's still a space inside. Our condo is it's relatively spacious inside, but yeah, I do prefer working because the dining table, that's usually where my fiance does her work, and I prefer, right now I usually when I work on I squat on the floor. I prefer working stuff that way. But yeah, with the coffee table, then we'll be able to drink some coffee, or if we want eat our dinner over the balcony, if we want to have a different ambience from the inside. And again, hopefully the audio is still picking up because I'm using my JBL Bluetooth, the mic on my JBL Bluetooth, so it should pick it up just fine. So we have here the receipt, and as you can see, it's you can see the amount in there. It's 2.5. Okay, it's 2,500 during the Lazada 6.6 sale. Put it on the sides, and that will take out the main box right here. And like I said, that will separate the bubble wrap from the main box. So this is, in my YouTube channel, this is probably the biggest unboxing we've ever done. I usually unbox video game items, but this will be related because future balcony unboxings will happen on top of this table, basically, because rather than me squatting on the floor. So we have that there. But yeah, I do love the space of our balcony. It's overlooking other balconies on the other side. They're overlooking the inside of the condo, which is like the swimming pool and stuff, but my fiance and I prefer it overlooking the city, so we can see and it's very nice because ours is overlooking a school, so what we see are trees instead of just buildings. We see green trees and all these things. Yeah, it's starting to drizzle now. Hopefully it doesn't get as strong. So it's this brand called Sanyang. So I don't know I'm not an expert, you know, when it comes to brands of coffee table and stuff like that, but one of the reasons why we got this is it's got a fairly good reviews in Lazada. Looks like the rain's gonna fall strongly, so I may have to cut this video and, you know, concatenate it once the rain slows down. But yeah, so far, yeah, you have this how do you say this, bubble wrap out. We just cut the remaining tapes here under. Okay, but I believe it's free now. Alright, it's free. Oh, ha! Look at that big bubble wrap. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun, you know. So you can hear it on the headphones. Yeah, that's so therapeutic, just popping bubble wraps. But anyway, you put it on the corner right here. But as you can see, I don't know if you can. It's a bit heavy. And just wrap it on the other side. So as you can see, it says Sanyang, but if you can see the design right there, that's how it looks like afterwards, you know. Yeah, tiny coffee table with 2 chairs. There's like a grill under if you want to put your stuff there. But anyway, let me gauge the rain. Looks like it slowed down a little bit, so let's open. Let's check if it says something like don't open on this side. You know, we have like a keyboard, an 88 key piano Casio, and then it does say specifically which side to open. This one doesn't have that, so let's just cut it here on this side. And again, I don't know what it comes with. I don't know how you assemble it. It's my first time assembling a furniture from Lazada. But okay, you have some styrofoam. I think it's pretty straightforward because the first component that we're gonna get is this one. This is obviously the top of the table. You see that? Okay, and it's fairly. I think it's enough. It can't be. You can't do it that side. It has to be to this side. So, for example, my fiance will stay on one side. I'll be staying on the other side. Okay. So let's just keep it on its plastic first, and then it does. Yeah, there are like bolts and nuts on one side. I think it's very easy to install. Let's put it here on the corner, making sure that it doesn't fall. You know, it's overlooking several floors down. Well, that's not technically right because there's like a bit of a catch on the 6th floor. So on our side, if anything falls, it only falls 1 floor. It doesn't fall like all the way down. But anyway, yeah, that's on my other videos, as I say, it falls 7 floors down for dramatic effect. But yeah, that's not technically right. So you have here some. This is more complicated than I thought. You have some railings. Okay, these railings I would assume would be for the table. These 2 railings. Okay. And then what else? We have this. There's like a box. This is the grill. This is the grill that will stay under, you know, under the table. If I'm not mistaken. So let's put that here. I think there's like some manual, some sort of manual or something like that. But yeah, let's see. This is probably for the chairs. So the chair one, the ones that I think are for the chair, I'm gonna put on the front. Okay, so that they are separated. The table and chair components are separated. We have this stuff. This is obviously part of the chair component. This is like the where you sit, right? So I put it down on this side for the chair. And then see, so the waist cartoons I just put on the front as well. We have these things, which are obviously again chair components. This is where you rest your back. There are 2 of them. So let me put it here. Again, the table components here, chair components on front, so that it's arranged very well. I see some manual. Okay, I see some manual right here, and then it tells you the letters of how do you say this, of the parts, and then which to put screwdrivers, and then it tells you, you know, you have a one piece of this one, the top of the table, two pieces of this guy, and so on. Okay, so let me, I think I'm gonna need a pen. Let me see, will we need a pen? And then it comes with the tools it came with the tools that you need. Okay, okay, let me, how should I do this? Let me prop, it's 2 pages, how you assemble the parts, and then how you assemble the table, and how you assemble the chair. Okay, let me do the table first. I think I was wrong. I think there are parts that I thought were a table. How do I do this? I know. Our window opens like that, right? So let me just prop in like this. Okay, so that I can see the, I don't know if you can see it. Let me move the camera a little bit. I slot it there so that I can see the different parts. Okay, but yeah, I think there's a part that I thought was a chair piece, is actually a table piece. So okay, so I have those two. I have the grill. So those two are the letter B's. This what I thought are the ones that I thought are chair parts are actually table parts. So this is letter C. Letter C. Okay, so I would need B, C, D. So I just need so I have the grill, I have the stand. I think we're now complete in we can now create the table skeleton. Let's do that. But first, let me the other seat. Okay, let's put it here. The other this for the chair. So there are 2 pieces of these. One I already got out. These L-shaped guys. Letter G and letter F. There are 2 pieces of them each. I'm not sure. This is for the chair as well. Yeah, this is for the chair. It's like the one that will protrude on the front of the chair, I think. Yes, they are. And then now we just need the screwdrivers. Let me pick out my scissor. It fell here. Let's see. It's very deep down there. Oh. Okay, I got some. You see this? Oh. And then there are labels as well. So that's letter O, letter P, so that you know which screws to get. So you see, not only are there screws, there are labels M, N, and then you have like the manual, like which I prop on the window. And I think something else fell. You know what? Let me get the styrofoam out. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I felt like there was still something aside from these things. Or was I imagining things? It's just the paper. It's just the paper. Yeah. If you have any concerns with the items that you have received, they have like a contact number and an email. It's cool. But I think everything is in here. The rubber washers, the screws, the hexagonal thingy, and the other screwdrivers. Okay. So that's it. Let me double check. Okay, I think that's everything. So what we do now is, let me put back all these styrofoams, so that we have we don't have a lot of stuff lying around, because the balcony is fairly small. And then the extra cartons. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let me put the box here on the side, so that if I need to put stuff in there, which is mainly plastic, it will just be there. Okay, so So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna do the table. So for the table, we need the letter B part. This guys. Okay. Letter B part. This will be the railings. Let me remove the plastic. Oh, the plastics are also very well, you know, it follows the shape of the metal. It's very cool. Put that there. And then, yeah, this is letter B. It says it's letter B. And the other one, drop that in there. And the other one also has plastic that fits the metal really well. Okay, so this is letter B. And then what we need first is, so for letter B, we need to prop it in with, I'm not sure if, I think the indentation one should be facing, I'm not sure if it faces like this or like that. I suppose it's like this so that the screws go in the indentation and then you don't feel any rough stuff on the side. But yeah, I need the component letter M as well. Sorry, letter D. The screwdrivers are letter M. There's no component M. The component M are the screwdrivers. So component D, which is basically the wheel. This is component D right here. Okay, we remove the plastic and put it inside. So component D, which is the grill under, goes this way, and then we put it. Let me prop this in. So we put it like this. Oh, it doesn't even fit. You have to put in there letter O, which is a washer, a letter O washer, and then a letter M screwdriver. Okay, so we need to open our screwdriver stuff. So letter O, one of the letter O. So we need to be systematic about this. Let me make a small hole for the letter O rubber washers, so that they don't, if they pour outside and then they get mixed, it's gonna be a freaking disaster, you know. So let me just get, it says I'm gonna need 4 of these for the grills. So let's get 4 of these. Okay. For the grills. 4 of these. And then 4 letter M screwdrivers for the top. So letter M is the one at the very bottom. So let me do that here on the ground very carefully. Again, so that you know they don't scatter around. Let me just cut a little bit of the plastic open. So you see here I'm holding the letter O washers. And then 4 of the letter M's. Okay, 4 letter M's. Yeah, I'm sorry about the camera angle because I can't control it well, you know, getting the components out. But yeah, 4 letter M's. And so how does it look like? It looks like, so one is on the outside, while the other one is in. Let me see. So let me put here. Let's do one first. So one of them is gonna be on the inside. It looks like, yeah, the metal is like indented a bit, so it's like it's gonna fit the rounded, so that the how do you say this, the roundedness of the metal where it's connecting follows this concave shape. So what you're gonna do is you follow the concave shape and then you slot it like that. Okay, concave and then you slot it like that. Right. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the screw first so that it goes inside that concave shape. And then let's do it for the other one. So 1 washer and then 1 screwdriver. Put it here, and then concave shape, and then now we connect this. Okay, so this is gonna be tough. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kneel, do this. Okay, yeah, you can't see it, but yeah, I can't really do anything about that because it's just I only have 2 hands. So what I'm gonna do? So now I'm twisting the screws now. The screw. You don't need the tool because you have a free hand to turn it. You know, you can turn it with your free hand, and then you just need the tool for the final I need to be careful with this small stuff because they may fall over the balcony, and like I said, it's gonna be a freaking disaster. Yeah, so carefully slap it in there, and then twist the screw. Just make sure that it fits. Does. Okay. I'm still using my hand, but now I think I'm gonna need the tool for so that we make this we make it tighter. Okay, very cool. So I'm gonna need a tool. It's on the letter. What is this? Wait a minute. On the letter N. But instead of doing that, I'm not gonna do that first because I actually have that exact tool in my tools right here. I'm just not sure which one will fit. Let me get one. No, it's a freaking disaster because they're in a keychain. I don't wanna like take them out. So what we're gonna do is we do have to open it. So, but as you can see, it's connected now. See the grill part. So let me just wrap it in like this. Okay, so it's standing. I don't know if you want to see it. It's standing like that. And wrap it here on the side. And then let me just get the L-shaped fork. Just so, and then I'm gonna open the letter N and then letter Q plastic. Okay, just so we have the tools. I'm not sure if I got the correct size. I did. So I'm just tightening this now. Okay, almost fell. Then we just have to be careful. I'm tightening this now. The grill part. Very carefully, so that it won't, you have to tighten it very carefully so that once it's done it won't collapse. Oh shit. Tighten? Do that again. I think I felt something snap. This is a freaking disaster. I don't think, yeah, maybe you don't have to tighten it very hard. Yeah. And then maybe let me tighten the front side. Yeah, so one of the advantages if you buy it on SM North, the ones I saw, I told it was expensive, is that it's already assembled, So you won't have to face the hassle of assembling it yourself. But yeah, assembling it does give you a very nice experience. This you handle with tools and stuff. It's not that hard. The only thing is that I'm filming and then the space in the balcony is not the greatest, but still. So I'm gonna get the other one. The other grill and then connect it. So first side, I don't know if you're seeing it, but I'm connecting this and then the concave rubber stopper. Okay, so basically just the same step as the first one. And then I tighten it first with my hand because, like I said, you can tighten it with your hand. And then on the other side, of course, we have to remember that there's still one side. Let me take the screw for the other side very carefully here. Okay. So on the other side, you have this. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm just aligning it, making sure that it's aligned. And it looks like it is. So let me tighten it here, making sure that when you tighten, the concave part of the rubber is slotted very carefully with the metal so that it doesn't peel off the paint or something like that. And again, if you tighten it too much, it basically just snaps out. So I think, there's like a portion that, okay, that looks nice. Like you don't have to tighten it very hard, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, the other one. I'm still trying to figure out which direction to tighten.
I just look for it, just correct the first time. Okay, now it's doing it correctly. Just have to make sure that it doesn't pinch your hand. It's gonna be freaking painful. And I'm just also checking if it's aligned. It's not that perfectly aligned, but I think it's fine. The important thing is that the screws are aligned, you know.
Okay, so now we have this skeleton part. Okay, the part where the grill part where you put your stuff under. Okay, looks like that. So now the next part, I don't think you're gonna see this, is the, let me just tighten this right here. Now you're not gonna see it because I'm gonna be working on the part at the bottom, the one that will put a support on this 4 feet, like this way and this way. And basically that is component letter C, which are these guys. Okay, so let me get the plastic off these guys. So now the nice thing is that now that we were able to assemble this way, now I can put them here. You have something to put them on. And then they also use exactly the same screw and exactly the same stoppers. Okay, let me get those. So letter M and letter O. How many of those? 4 of those. Okay. Get 4 letter M's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four, and then 4 letter O's. Letter O's. 4 letter O's. Open the letter O's because they got 4 of them. And again, you make sure that they don't fall. Let me get 2 first. No. Let me check. 4. We need 8 of them. 4 on each support. So I think that would exhaust that would basically exhaust all the letter O's and all the letter M's. Yeah. So those are the only places where we need them. So that's nice. So we've exhausted one set of components. But let me, I'm sure I can see it here very well. Because basically this guy, you put in here on the foot. That's not what I'm gonna do, but that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not sure if you will see it very well on the camera. But it doesn't matter because it's a straightforward setup. Again, you just need the rubber thingy. Okay, the rubber thingy on the post where the screw would come in. 2 of them this time, and then one on the other side. So I really hope that you can still hear me. Otherwise it's gonna be a weird YouTube video. But again, I don't care. I just also want to take a video. Just so let me squat in here so it will be easier, so that I know how long it takes to assemble this kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay, you have that, and slap it in there. And on the other side as well. Okay, I think that's how it's done. So just tighten it manually with the hand first. Okay. I think it's not working. And then before I tighten this, I think I need also to put now the rubber on the other side. Otherwise, it's gonna be real tight if you just tighten the first one. So let me put the rubber on the screw on the other side. Yeah, now you can't see me, but again, you know what I'm doing. You basically know what I'm doing, right? Just slapping it on the other side. So very, very straightforward. A bit of a hassle, but very straightforward. One of the things that you should be able to try within your lifetime, assembling your own cable. Oh, I'm not sure. Let me check. I'm not sure. Let me check. I think I heard something. Maybe my Bluetooth disconnected. Let me check here very quickly. Let me check very quickly because I'm not sure. Yeah, my Bluetooth basically this. Hello, what is up? So sorry about that cut. Turns out turns out like it doesn't seem like I need my Bluetooth, because even though there's no Bluetooth, I tried, and hopefully it's still the case. You can still hear me very well. So my Bluetooth is charging right here, right? But I don't think we need it. So let's continue. Yeah, but I need to tone down my voice because my fiance has a meeting. She just went and then, you know, gave me the tone down warning. So let me slow down my voice down. But what I did so far, look, the support already done, you know, without the Bluetooth headset. So the next step, and we need to lower my camera for this so you can see. Okay, so the next step, it says on the manual, is to get the part letter A, which is basically the table. Okay, and this table we're gonna put now on top like this. So you can see, you can basically imagine now the end product. Let me get the plastic off the table. Let's not throw it first because we need to invert the entire thing, because the screws of the table is at the bottom. So we need to invert the entire thing, plop the table like that on the chair. So let me put some plastic so that it doesn't scratch. But basically in the end, it will look something like that. Awesome! Awesome! Okay, but yeah, let's do that. Let me prop the table back on the side. Okay, and then let me making sure that it won't fall, you know, over the balcony. So let me invert this. No, wait, that's wrong. Let me, how do I do this? Let me put this aside. Let me put a plastic on the floor where I will prop the table. Okay, let me put a plastic. Then let me move this ever so slightly on that side. Okay, put the table, invert the table on the floor. Okay, and then let me see which screwdrivers and washers are needed. It needs 4 letter L's and 4 letter P's. Let me get that from our components. 4 letter L and 4 letter P. So very exact, there are 4 letter P washers. Basically these guys, okay? And then 4 letter L's. Is it letter L? Let me look at the manual again, just to make sure. Yes, it's letter L, 4 of them. So 4 letter L screws. These guys, okay? And so what's gonna happen is, let me look at the manual again. So what's gonna happen is rubber first, then the entire metal. So rubber first. So let me put the rubbers. So it will go this way, yeah. And put the rubber first. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, wiggle a lot once we put them. And again, I have to tone down my voice because my fiance is having a meeting in her work, you know. So my meeting's gonna be later essentially, because it's I'll be meeting with Atlas guys, and then in CERN it's like the Philippines is 6 hours ahead, CERN is 6 hours behind, so my meeting will be at night. But so that's why I'm making stuff during the afternoon. So basically you invert like this. I think I messed up the orientation of my rubber. Let me redo them. They have to be horizontal, the spacing, instead of vertical. Okay, and then just put it on top. And again, I don't think you can see it, but you can basically imagine what's happening, you know. Okay, and then the screws. So let me just make sure that they're propped in properly, and then put the screws. Again, you can't see it, but like I said, you can imagine what I'm doing right now. Just putting the screw on the table. Before I tighten it, I make sure that I place all the screws on all four of the holes, you know, so that you don't have to repeat them every time if it's not slotted in there very well. Yeah, you can basically tell that it went in because it will create a sound, that the shooting sound basically. Then on the front, I'm not sure if it's fitting in there. It's not making the shooting sound that I'm expecting. There we go. I think it's slotted in now. And then this guy, the last one. This is tricky. Doesn't fit. So let me tighten these guys first, the one on this side, and then I'm gonna reverse it. Alright, I think that's tight. Don't want to tighten it very, very tightly because it might crack the wood. Okay, I think this side is good, so let's just invert it very carefully, making sure that the washer and the screws don't fall. Okay. Alright. Okay, here we go. I'm tightening it right now. Pretty tight. The other one. Also pretty tight. So now what we can do is basically the table's done. Okay, so you have this. It's relatively heavy, but yeah, now we have the table, which is very cool, right? So now after the table we do the chair, but what I'm gonna do first is clear this area. Clear this area with the table, remove the plastics, that we've already used for the table. Remove the, how do you say this, the bubble wrap, because I don't think we're ever gonna need it. If I need to pop some bubble wraps, I have a lot more inside. The receipt, I think I'm gonna keep the receipt. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it here under my tools. Okay, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move this table, or here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut the video right here, place the table inside the condo, and then we continue with the chair. All right, so I'll see you very quickly in a bit. Okay, hello, we're back. So I just put the finished table inside. The chair components I put on my back, and then we begin with the chair components with the letter H, the H component, which is basically this one. Sorry, my fiance again says I need to shut up. I need to lower my volume, so we need the H component right here. And then we have the, which component is this? The big one, the E component. This is the E component, okay, the main part of the chair. So let me take that out. And again, put the plastic inside the carton.
And then let me see. I need the letter J screwdrivers. 4 of them. So let's open letter J. There are a lot of letter J, so we have to be careful here. Four letter J. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you put them on the ground so that I won't be holding them and then it will fall on the other side. It's gonna be a freaking disaster. And basically we just put it yeah, so it just goes like this. It just goes like that. Okay? And there are no rubber stoppers this time, so we just put the screws under like this. I think it will be better if we invert it so that, you know, it lessens the chance of the screws falling over the balcony. Okay, and just put the screws very carefully. The feet kind of looks weird. Let me see if I need something else. Because there's like a zoomed in part. No, there's not. I just put J in there directly. Yeah, I think it fits fine. I'm tightening it right now. Okay, and another one. Let me do the outermost on the other side. Okay. Yeah, you can't see it, but basically I'm connecting this part to this part. Yeah, very mundane portion, you know. 4 screws on the J, but yeah, it's part of the process, so we have to go through it. It's like, you know, solving an algebra portion of a physics problem, you know, like you know that you know how to do it, but you gotta do it, you know. Sometimes if you're really lazy, you just feed it to Mathematica or something like that. But yeah, you just have to tighten it very well. Then 2 more. Actually, it's already raining outside, but it's not that hard. You know, there are no drizzles yet. If there is, then we're gonna stop this and then continue later on. Yeah, even though it's drizzling outside, it's a bit hot, you know. Maybe because I'm doing something, but yeah, I still feel hot, really hot. It's one of those times that really makes me miss the weather in South Africa, which is very nice. You know, one of the best things in that country is the weather. Here it's really hot. South Africa, very nice weather, very cold. Like majority of the year, especially during the months of May, June, July, this month basically, where it's summer in the Philippines, it's very cold in there. But yeah, this chair feels a bit shorter than I expected. You know, I expected the chair to be a bit long, but feels like it's short chair. I don't know. Yeah, but doesn't seem like I'm missing something in the how do you say this, in the components. So it really is just the height of the chair.
Okay, one more.
Yeah, the last one. The last one looks weird. It doesn't fit very well. It's like a slanted on the side. Yeah, let me force it in there. Yeah, I'm just forcing it, but it's like a bit slanted, you know, but still fine. It's still holding it. Oh, it straightens when you tighten. Once you tighten it. All right.
Okay, so this is for your back. This basically does it like that.
Yeah, it looks like a bit short. Maybe it will. Maybe the ones on the chair will make it higher. So the next components are. Let me check. It's letters F and G.
So now here's where I'm confused. Because here they tie this together. So is this F and G? Or are these both F and then the other ones are both G? That's a confusing part, but let's open it anyway. This one. Let's open both. Let me get my scissors. Okay, put it on the cartoon right here. So let me open one of them. So I would assume that this is a pair, you know, and then they're not like the same pair, like because they tied it together. So it would be you know easier if both of them, if they are the pair that belong with each other, rather than you know being both F or being both G respectively. But yeah, what it will do is it will basically like crossover, like crossover. I'm not sure, like something like that, or something like that, you know. But these look exactly the same. So maybe these are both letter F after all. Yeah, you know what? Let me open the other one. And then let me put these in front so that I won't get confused. Yeah, they're the ones that are tied together are the same. Yeah, it's what it is. So let me cut this. Let me just keep one, and then let me just get one out of its plastic so that it doesn't confuse me more, you know. Just one of them. Yeah, so this belongs to, yeah, this, so the ones that are tied together are of the same type. So what happens is they will cross like this, you know, and then this will comprise the front. So what we do first is, do we cross these first? I think we can. So the crossing, which screw goes to the crossing? Nothing. But they're held by J's and the N. The one that will connect on the main component. J and N. So the J is open, let's get the N's. 4 of them, 4 letter N's. So we get 4 letter J. And 4 letter N's. Yeah, and coincidentally the M is already open because it's the one that contains the tool as well. So 4 of them. And basically, the ends are not screws per se. They're the ones that will meet with the J, and then they will tighten together. So you can see they tighten together. Okay, so it doesn't seem like they connect at the center before the wood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect this one first, the bottom one, and then the upper one, and then the one on the outside will be N, inside will be J. Okay, clear? So outside will be N, and then J on the inside. Alright, very clear. So now I understand why you have two of those, handles, because both of them have like the hexagonal slot outside, and then what you're gonna do is, if you twist one tighter, something has to hold the other one outside. But although it looks like you can hold it with your hand, let me try. No, you can't. It actually rotates. Yeah, so I need the other two. Yeah, so that explains why you have two of this. One is to hold the N, the other one's to rotate the J. Very cool. Yeah, now that's better. So what we're basically doing is like this. I hope you can see it. So one of the tool is on the other side. One of the tool is on the other side to twist. Yeah, you heard that, it fell. Okay, it's tight now. Another pair of N and J at the bottom. Yeah, let me also have a look at my video, because it seems like there's like only a little bit of memory left. So it's like giving me a warning that you only have this amount of minutes left. So let's make this a bit faster. Or in fact, maybe I'll just show one chair and then the other one I'm gonna do off cam, because it's the same setup anyway. And so now, the one on top, the letter F. And then same, oh shucks. No, it's fine. Okay. So now it will look like this. So this is the F, and then you put the screw here, the same thing, J and N. So J on the outside, N on the outside, J on the inside. So again, you use your hand first and then use the tool if you want to tighten. It's not slotting in there. Alright, it's in. And then now I use the tools to tighten. The double tools, one to hold, one to tighten. Yeah, at first I thought the other tool was for a different size, but yeah, now we understand why we need to. You need to tighten them. You need to hold, one to hold, one to tighten. And then at the bottom, last pair. Tightening it now. And then the wood is the wooden chair is the last one. I thought you were gonna place it first, but no. Okay.
So now it looks like this. Okay. So next is, let me see the minutes remaining. Oh, we're still fine. Next is the wood. We need 5 letter K screws and the letter I component, which is basically the wood. I'm talking about this one, of course. That's the open one of them. Yeah, there's some like, yeah, that looks fine so far. Yes. So the spaces are there. It's gonna connect on the holes here like that. So we need to invert the entire thing like this. But first we need the, first I'm gonna need the 5 letter K screws. One, two, three, 4, 5, and then let's make sure there are 5 remaining. Yes, so we have the correct number of screws. We have 5 here. So let's put it. That's gonna be tricky because it's not how do you say this? It's not level. So what we can do is we can like use the other one for the other chair as a prop. But but then for the final chair you won't have it, you know. But I think it's no, I think I'm gonna be fine. I'm just gonna prop it on the balcony instead, you know. Yeah, but I feel bad because this has been painted. This is like newly painted, so I don't want to scratch the paint, you know. But anyway, we put this guy, this wooden guy, in here. But I think once we tighten one screws, we should be fine. Let's do the middle one first. Let's not really tighten it. Let's just make it hold the entire thing. Make sure that it goes through the hole. Yeah. All right, it's in. And then just another one for alignment. And then tighten. And again, you don't want to tighten it so much because you don't want to. Yeah, let me prop it like this so that you can see it. But you don't want to crack the wood, even though the screw doesn't really penetrate the wood, but rather on the nut. But still, you don't want to crack the nut and then crack the wood. Okay, now it's tight in there. So three more screws. Let's put the one here exactly opposite. No, the one here just to make sure it's aligned. Yes, it is. So let's tighten this guy. Let me change the torque. Let me use the long one so that I can give it a stronger torque. Because torque is force times your distance from the lever arm. I think it's the lever arm or moment arm. You just multiply it as the same unit as joules, Newton meter. Sometimes you invert it meter Newton just to remind yourself that it's not energy. It's not in joules. But yeah, so you put the final screws in there. This one. All right, and then the last one. Okay.
that's tight in there. Very tight, I love it. Let me tighten all of them because you're gonna be sitting on here, you know. You don't want it to collapse on your butt. Just make sure they are tight. And then the one on the sides. But yeah, I think these are really tight. So now we have a chair. Okay? And I believe very quickly, let me just check the number of minutes it took me to assemble the chair portion. It's basically, let me see. It's around 20 minutes, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, I won't film the, okay, it's a comfortable chair. I won't film the second chair. I'm gonna assemble the second chair off camera. It's basically exactly the same method. And then once everything is, yeah, it's still drizzling outside, but it's not very strong. Once everything is in place, I'm gonna cut again, and then I'm gonna put the entire thing, you know, the table with the two chairs on the balcony. I'm gonna show you the finished product. So I'll see you in a bit. Hi there. So the final assembly is essentially done. So I'm sitting on the final chair that you didn't see assembled. The one that I assembled on camera is already in front. I have in here my MacBook Pro, so if I need to work, you know, something like that, I can just sit here. And then basically, in assembling the tables and chairs, you only needed these two tools, the, you know, hexagonal torque thingy, and then under there's like a grill, you saw it, right, that you can put your stuff. So for example, I have in here, I'm putting under the Gyo manga by Junji Ito. Very awesome manga. If you haven't checked it, I have a hard copy. It's very awesome, you know. The nice thing about Junji Ito is that even if you already know the story, you know, like you already know what happens, you reread it because of the sickness, you know, the mindfuckery, the awesomeness, and the creepiness of his drawings, because he's one of the best horror manga author out there, and his drawings are really creepy, you know. Just staring at them is, you know, for me it's very awesome. But yeah, the point is, you can slot it under. There's like a space under for books and all these things, and then you can just basically work in here, and then, you know, close it, drink coffee and stuff. I'm gonna cut it and then show you the view on my side, okay? Hi there. So this is basically the view on my side. So like I told you, we're overlooking a school basically. So there are the green trees out there. You can see the city. Basically, I was quarantined in that building, actually, the Eurotel, for 10 days. And then in there you see SM North. This entire block right here is actually the annex. Beyond that is, of course, an EDSA. Here's the table, you know. Here's my MacBook Pro. So if I'm gonna open it, I want to work. So you can see in there, you know, the 1923, I believe, Solvay conference. No, 1927. Yeah, Solvay conference with a colorized different physicists. But yeah, this is where I work. And then, like I said, under you can put stuff in there. So you saw, I just showed you Gyo by Junji Ito. And then yeah, you can put it under there. On the side you have some stuff where if I have some drinks, I don't know if I can, but I believe, yeah, it's light enough. It's like a switch box or something. I don't actually know what this is, but you can put stuff here. But of course you can also put the coffee on the table. But yeah, so you close your workstation there, and then the other chair, you know, if my fiance wants, is here. It fits very snugly in there, and you can see the stand. That's actually my fiance's. That's what I used when I was filming the first part. But anyway, guys, yeah, as you can see, very nice view, the green, especially if it's raining, you know. But yeah, when it rains, you know, some water, if the rain's really very hard, some water splashes in here. So I think, yeah, every time it rains, we do have to put it in, or I'm not sure, maybe it will be fine, we just wipe it. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, very I look forward to working, you know, in here moving forward with my Mac. And then the view of the city, and you'll be like, oh, is there an outlet here? Actually, there's none, but we actually have a very long, there's like an outlet just at the back of this, the entrance of the door. So we have like a very long extension wire that I can put under and use the outlet in. But and then you'll be like, oh, how come there's a sweep in there? We use it to prop the door open, you know, so that the fresh air can come in. But yeah, very awesome condominium that we have right here. But anyway, guys, yeah, that has been the assembly of the coffee table. And future gameplays, you know, you can see me, or future unboxings, you'll be seeing me sitting on the seaboard with the camera in there, and then the view that I had a while ago, you know, where me sitting in there unboxing some stuff. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, and bye bye. One last view of the city, okay? And I'll leave you here. That's basically a Quezon City with some school at the bottom. Thanks for watching, and that's basically 7 floors below. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.